Okay, guys, welcome. This is 176.5, 17.0. This is take 3 for some odd reasons because like I'm not doing this on a computer or any kind of camera. I'm doing this on an iPhone. This is the third time to actually make this video to see if it actually works and see if it actually goes through this time without stalling me, stopping me, or telling me that there's not enough space, data, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully we can get this through today. I'm going to go through my week. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd. I'm currently on leave for 10 days, waiting for my household goods to get the whole house situated. So obviously it gives me enough time to set up for video games, movies, and comic books and books. So I'm going to go ahead and go through my week process like I normally do. And like I said, my stuff comes in on the 9th, so I get a little bit of an echo going around through the house. So if you hear an echo because I'm pacing through the house, don't be weirded out. It weirds me out every once in a while, especially when I hear the pitter-patter of my dog's feet, or the fact that the ice maker in the middle of the night deciding it wants to drop ice into the tray and creep the hell out of me. So I got internet. Internet's running really well. I'm actually really stoked about it. So now I can start doing Twitch plays, Let's Plays, Let's Watch, all these things and all this fun stuff. And I can actually, when I get my computer and everything else situated, actually do production for these videos that I'm making, whatever they're called. I don't even have a name for this thing yet, but I've been doing it for the last 2 months, and I don't know if you guys enjoy it, but I sure as heck like doing this. It gives me, since I have a lot of free time and nobody in this house with me except this guy here, who's licking the floor for some reason, probably from dinner, but it gives me things to do. So hopefully when everything gets all situated, I'll be able to get Carlito in. Carlito is a new friend of mine that I've got on at my new job, so you meet him, have fun playing video games. So he's probably going to be doing the Let's Plays with me. I'm going to start seeing if I can get like 1, 2, maybe 3 people start doing these things with me, so I can start having some kind of like video debates on video games and video debates on movies and stuff like that, and video debates on comic books and what they're doing with like stuff like with the new Spider-Man and things like the Batman and Superman thing and Deadpool coming out, which I'm extremely happy about. So I'm going to start off with what's in my system. Since I got my PS4 back, I'm now, like I said last week, I've been playing a lot of video games. Like I said last week, I was trying to go get, and I didn't have time to go get or money to go get. I have Dying Light. Dying Light is pretty much a Dead Space. No, sorry, scratch that. It is Dead Island. So many deads in every game. Dead Island and Mirror's Edge. That's what everyone keeps saying. The reason why I like playing this game, I can deal without the storyline. I'll get on that a little bit later. I like this game because the fact that the game, like, unlike Dead Island was a ground thing. There was no getting above things. You could probably jump on cars if you wanted to, but it was vertically challenged. And so now with this game here, you can do your grappling on top of buildings, running, jumping on top of creatures, zombies, and taking out other things as well through different levels. There we go, the words we're looking for. I can't really think of it. So, like I said, the story-wise, I can deal without. I'm not a big fan of the story. The story just seems like the guy's always complaining. Your name is Crane. Crane has been dropped on a city, island, of a place called, I want to say Karen, something like that. I'm on that sort, which is zombie infested. And you have to find this file from this terrorist. And the terrorist, you know who he is, but you don't know where he's at. And you have to you have to be able to work with the rebels and everybody else like that to find out who this guy is. The guy is a crazy psychopath. I just started meeting him in the game, started doing a lot of missions for him. But like I said, there's a lot of things that go on in that game that, you know, he just complains the entire time. I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, and still yet does it. Make up your mind. If you don't want to do it, be a man. Don't do it. If you do want to do it, that's fine. I mean, he does things from like blackmailing and then there's like to beating up people for the help, and it gets crazy. There's also a point where he gets they do airdrops of antizin. Antizin is like the vaccine for the zombie virus, which is a rabies virus, but the zombie virus, it's not a vaccine that stops the virus, it prolongs the virus because you go through seizures, and it helps stop those types of things. Kind of like how if you played Far Cry 3, it was was it 3? No, it was 2. Far Cry 2 with the malaria pills. And you don't need it throughout the game. It's something that just goes along with the storyline. So you're just like, holy crap, where's my antizin? Kind of like the Zombex from the Dead Rising series. So I definitely like the game. The game's pretty good. There's not it's not a scary game. It's an action adventure game. Scary game. What I mean by scary is it doesn't make you jump out of seat. There are points in times where you're just like, oh crap, I need to go, I need to go, I need to go, I need to run, I need to run, I need to hide, I need to do something. And it's just, it can be like that, and it can get very exciting and keep you on the edge of your seat, just gameplay wise. So that is the first game that I purchased. Second game that I purchased, I wasn't actually really thinking about purchasing it. I am a big fan of the series, more of the video games, nothing but more of the TV shows. I was a big fan of. Like I said, a friend a long time ago asked me, hey, who's your favorite superhero? And I went straight to Goku. Goku he's not an actual superhero, but he's a great role model, a fictional role model. Let's rephrase that so you don't think I'm some kind of psychopath. So yeah, it's a great game. The game is actually called Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Dragon Ball Xenoverse. So there is no Z in it. Learned something new today. So the game is you create your own character out of 5 races. 5, which is the humans, Saiyans, Namekians, Frieza's race, and then the Majin race. I'm not a big fan of the Majin race because the Majin race, the male version of it, looks like Majin Buu. Yeah, but too bad you couldn't create something like Kid Buu or Evil Buu. But later you find out that Kid Buu and Evil Buu were actually absorbed. I mean, it was a cause of someone being absorbed by Majin Buu. So the idea is that you are a time patrol because somebody is deciding to, don't know who it is yet, messing up the Dragon Ball Z universe. So basically, you're a patrol. Like for instance, the storyline is like instead of Piccolo killing Raditz and then forcefully accidentally killing Goku, Raditz breaks the hold and Goku dies, and then Raditz is free. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please check out Dragon Ball Z Season 1. You can go pick that up for like $30 probably at any retail store such as Walmart. And then like things like that, so then you have to go back in time and fix that situation, and you play as your creative character helping Goku and Piccolo. And there's also another time where it's like where Nappa didn't die, and it's actually 2 Great Apes, Vegeta and Nappa. If you have no idea what I'm talking about with that, go check out Dragon Ball Z Season 2. Oh no, it is still Season 1. I think Season 2 is... See, I mean, messed up. Look at that shit. So, it's a great game. Can be kind of frustrating. You definitely have to think it's not a straight fighting game like the old Dragon Ball Z Tenki or Raging Blast or anything like that. This is a strategic fighting game. Not turn-based, but check out gameplay. And like I said, if this was any kind of production right now, I'll be able to show you gameplay in the process to give you an idea of what it looks like. Or you could probably later on catch you on Twitch, which I might try to do tonight. Who knows? So definitely, if you want to go, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you probably will like it. I'm still having trouble with the Ginyu Force. Ginyu is such a bitch in this game. Yeah, which makes me fear for the fact of fighting Freezer or Cell or even Majin Buu. So yeah, I would say if you found it used, go pick it up so you can return it in 7 days if you don't like it. If you're a big fan of the Dragon Ball Z series, definitely take a look at it. It's not going to kill you. Well, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or what kills you makes you stronger. So, and then I'm going to go into the third game I picked up. This was just happened to be farce. I traded in a couple games and figured, you know what, let me give it a shot since it was just free, since I traded the games, and that is The Wolf Among Us. I am sorry. So The Wolf Among Us, it's a Telltale game, kind of like the same people who created the Walking Dead series. It's a storytelling based game, but this one has a little bit more action than the Walking Dead series. Definitely keeps me on my toes. I like the Telltale series. There's some stuff, not storyline wise, but game wise, that can be a pain in the butt, like dropping frame rates, movements of like stuttering. Stuttering is a big piece of that issue. I hate the fact that it stutters a little bit because you get into the fact of something happening and then it just like and then it goes to the next frame. It doesn't skip, so you still don't miss anything crazy, but it's definitely good. So good that I actually went out and bought the comic book, which I'll give a thing on that later. So those are the 3 games that I happened to pick up at this point in time. Looking at picking up a couple others, especially like the Resident Evil Revelations 2, because that looks like it's a season thing. Can't spend too much money because of the fact I'm trying to redo the house, get new living room sets and all the other fun stuff, so I can actually have friends over and not have to sit on the floor, because that, my friend, is embarrassing. So let's see, we're going to go into the next thing. We're going to my movies and TV shows. If you know me, you know anything about me, Big Hero 6 came out in DVD. I picked up the Blu-ray collection set. I love the Big Hero 6. Like I told my wife before, you like Frozen, I like Big Hero 6. It's a great movie. It's about Hero and Baymax. It's an origin story, which I found later on is actually a Marvel origin story, just a little revamp from Pixar. If you like any kind of animation movies from Pixar or anything like that, go pick it up, because it is definitely worth the movie. I definitely had to buy it, because I don't normally I watch movies, but the only way, if I really like a movie, I'll buy the movie, because the fact the movie was that great to help out to any kind of purchase calls or anything like that for the company. Same thing with my music. Second thing is, I went out grocery shopping in a giant Texas ice storm, which is kind of crazy, but went to a little store and found myself X-Men Volume 1. I was in joy. There's nothing way I could say about that. I was completely stoked. I didn't see it floating around anywhere, so I didn't even know it existed, and then I came by and I found 1 and 3, and I didn't want to buy 3 because I wanted to get 2 second. Keeping my chronological order, if you know what I mean. So, there's not much I can say about it. I mean, if you're anything close to my age of being 27, you watched X-Men as a cartoon on a Saturday morning. It was an amazing thing. I mean, it was either X-Men, Batman, or Spider-Man you were watching, or something of a lost thing like maybe Mighty Max or Mega Man or something like that. Watched it all. Darkwing Duck. So the X-Men, like, loved it. If you're not a big fan, you like the movies, go get this movie or rent a movie. I think you can pick it up on Redbox, because this is the true story and nothing towards the movies whatsoever. I love some of the movies I loved. I remember the nostalgia when the first X-Men movie came out, and this gives you the yellow and blue spandex Wolverine, and you get the actual amazing Rogue, the one who flies, and not the crazy one that you see in the movie for X-Men 1, 2, and 3. I don't know what's wrong with me. So yeah, it's the Enter the Sentinel saga. So what you guys probably saw in the movie for X-Men Days of Future Past, this actually has as disc 2, episode 11 and 12 is Days of Futures Past, because it starts talking about the apocalypse coming and things like that. So if you want to see the original idea, or one of the original ideas of the X-Men origins of the Days of Future Past, go pick it up. It's worth it. Even if not, it's going to be worth it later on down the road, because it's going to be one of the things you can give your kids to watch later on, which is what I'm going to be doing when I ever have kids. So definitely that. 2 movies I don't have with me because I rented them from Redbox was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I watched the first one, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, loved it. possibly one of James Franco's best acting ever. You know, besides besides the fact of what he does with Seth Rogen, but this was great acting skills, way better than Spider-Man. I can't even think of any of the movies he was in, but great acting in it, and I loved James Franco and the way he portrayed Caesar, and the way they portrayed Caesar in the movie, and the apes, and how they kind of introduced the fact of how the Planet of the Apes happened. Actually really got me into the Planet of the Apes collection saga set. So let's see. I also had Rise of the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is basically 10 years after Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So basically, there was a virus that wiped out majority of the human set. So they decide they're in I don't know exactly the location they're at, but they need electricity to survive, to be able to contact other people. San Francisco. Sorry, San Francisco is the place they're at. So they decided they're going to go find a dam, and they found a dam, but they had to like rebuild the dam inside, so electronic parts, and make sure everything runs perfectly fine. The only problem is, around that area is where Caesar and his colony is at. And so it kind of shows you that, gives you a hint, a thing of saying like, maybe humanity can be good and humanity can be great, but there's always that one person that can always screw it the hell up, and you find that out. So definitely, if you see it for Redbox, it's definitely worth $1 to rent, and I recommend it. It's really great. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Planet of the Apes, thanks to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I am one of those stupid people that decide to do that type thing. Next one is Walk Among the Tombstone, Liam Neeson, and I probably just destroyed his last name on that one. I read the book first because that's what I try doing, and I read the book. It took me so long to read the book that I missed it in the movie in the theaters, and I was waiting for it to come out in DVD, and I haven't been able to watch it on DVD thanks to the whole new job and transitioning and all that fun stuff. I had free time and actually go pick it up. Great movie. I have to watch it a second time to understand the movie. The book was really good. So yeah, I mean, it's another Liam Neeson movie. The movie still had, there's some points, I felt like at the end of the movie, there was supposed to be some kind of twist. And that's if you never read the book. And there wasn't a twist at all. It was pretty cut and dry, and then it ended, and you're just like, is something special going to happen? Do I wait to the end of the credits? Maybe something crazy is going to happen at the credits? No, nothing. So that is one of the, so that's the only downfall I had about the movie. Great movie though. Definitely worth the $1 I went and got for the Redbox. I definitely can see that movie going later on down the road for like the $5.99 bin at Walmart. It's just how I feel. Alright, so those are the movies I watched. So now I'm getting into my books. So the great thing about living out in Texas near the Killeen area is they actually have 2 comic book stores, 3 Barnes & Nobles, and a hobby shop. So, which all sell comic books. Collection comic books, trade back comic books, hardback comic books, statues, everything. So I'm pretty much in heaven, because over in Fort Drum near Philadelphia, there was only 1 comic book store, and they closed down the Barnes & Noble. And when I was over in Augusta, Georgia, there was 1 comic book store. That sucked. And then you were lucky if you went to Second and Charles, and yes, I'm name dropping Second and Charles, so if you're near the Augusta area, you need to find Second and Charles. Apparently there was a paper castle place too that I never knew about, but Second and Charles was definitely a great place to find the comic book areas, and I found a lot of Miss Marvels, because like I said, prior videos, that my wife's a huge Miss Marvel fan. So going out there, I talked about the first 2 about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Spideyverse. This is Spideyverse 3. No, it's not new. I'm just getting into the Spideyverse, so I am trying to get into the idea of basically collecting something of Spider-Man, because the Spideyverse definitely gets my attention. It kind of, like I said, reminds me of the whole Green Lantern Corps, Brightest Day, Blackest Night. So definitely went and picked up the Volume 3 so I can find out what's going on in that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go check a previous video. I don't remember. It should be, I'll probably put in the description below. The second one is because of the Spideyverse, and I was trying to find it because it seems to be a huge hit, and they were actually Sony was talking about making to a movie possibly, is Spidey Gwen. Spider-Gwen is actually a really interesting book. I haven't read it yet. Basically, it's an alternate universe of what happens if Gwen Stacy was bit by the radioactive spider and not Peter Parker. You later find out that Peter Parker does die and all the other fun stuff, so it's pretty much a role reverse, which I really, really enjoyed. It's a different alternate verse. The only problem, like I said, I have no problem with the comic book. I have no problem with the character. I'm actually fascinated in the character of Spidey-Gwen because it's something different in the Marvel Universe. But my friend, if you notice right there, the body's pretty cool, and then she's wearing slippers. That's what Carlito pointed out, and he said that he couldn't deal with it. But hey, I don't know if they're actual slippers. It might be glass slippers. It might be Cinderella stuff. Who knows? I have to read it. So I'll let you know what's going on with that. And then I'm going to pull these all out, for all three of these, because they're all three of a collection set, so you can bear with me for 1 second. The Death of Wolverine. This is 3 of them. I'm missing 2 more, 4 and 5. I found issue number 1. I was stoked. Issue number 1, definitely going to be worth a lot of money for it because it's the start of the series, and probably issue number 5 because the fact of Death of Wolverine, which is, if you don't know the story, he's not really dead. At least I don't think he's dead. I'm protesting. So those are the Death of the Wolverine comic books. I'll give you each in different piece of parts. This one, which is a variant cover. I'm going to rotate the camera a little bit. There you go. And then the final one, which is another variant cover, the number 3. Number 2. So that's that. I picked up those. There's a bunch of collections going on because I'm also working on Pops. So, like I said, Groot. I love my Groot because I'm a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Got my Rocket. There's a bunch of other ones over here, and of course, me Deadpool. This X-Force version. I'm still trying to find the original version. Which reminds me, for anybody out there who watches these videos, if you come across a Mega Man amiibo, let me know. Hit me up in the comments below, and we can figure out what's going on. Maybe I can be able to buy it from you. You can buy it for me, or let me know where it's at. I'll travel there to go pick it up because I can't seem to find one at all. And I'm not even into the amiibos. I'm just into Mega Man. So, as for comic books for myself, all my stories and stuff like that, nothing crazy going on for me. I haven't been able to sit down for a while and be able to write, draw, or anything like that. I still got those teaser posters for you guys. And I'm still in the works for. I'm not hating you guys. I'm not denying you guys. It's just time. Time is a pain. I don't have enough of it. Well, I apparently do if I play video games. So, but I do have a little shout out. Stacey Brandt. Stacey Brandt is coming out with a new book. She's She's currently in the works of publishing it right now. It's called Lion House. If you don't know who Stacey Brandt is, Stacey Brandt is a former drug abuser from my hometown, Millville, New Jersey. She is currently trying to fight for a rehabilitation center in Millville and has wrote a book that I came across called Things I've Learned. Really great book, and then I found out it was from her, and that's how we got back in contact because we were friends back in the day. And then she's working on a second book called Lion House, which kind of worries me because it's between the years of 2007 and 2009 when she first started getting into her drug addiction, and I'm involved. And I'm not saying I'm a druggie, but I'm in it. So is some of my family. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Maybe I'm not in it. I'm not totally sure. I got to find out. But I'm just saying, go take a look at her website. That's staceybrandt.com. Or not, just Google Stacey Brandt. You should be able to find it on her Facebook and all the other fun stuff. And help her out. Help out a good cause. Because, drug abuse is terrible. And it's not one of my leading causes of what I fight for. Because I was never involved with the drugs. I've had a lot of friends who do drugs and are on drugs and all that fun stuff. And just try to help them out. But, who knows. So that's it for me for the day, guys. I will keep you updated. Hopefully next time I do a video like this, I can jump in Carlito and maybe try to get Traver involved with this so we start going. and maybe I should come up with a name with this WoW concoction that I'm doing. Maybe or just not give it a name, just call it No Name. Who knows? So I hope you guys enjoyed your time. If you have any questions about anything like comic book wise, what you should look up, what you should pick up, or anything like that, hit me up. My email and Twitter and everything else is going to be in the section below. So you have a great day. And just remember, I don't know, have a great day.